Hasn't this energy just been like a slippery fish? It's so interesting. The universe and the football field of life has been like fake left, fake right. And in a lot of ways, it's worked out to my advantage. Hi, I'm Ariana. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome to my channel. It is Friday, November 15th, 2024. And I want to tell you a brief story. So, I'm a student and I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. We're at the end of our semester. And what's beautiful about being a student is that it has made me someone I never really dreamed that I could be because of my past history with schooling and self doubt and maybe people that I was surrounding myself with that it's not their fault, but I just like wasn't pulling that part out of me. I'm sure some of you know what that's like and can relate. And so, real quick, a nice story is I got about 4 hours of sleep last night, and there was a speech competition today at my school. I knew in the morning that I was not going to do it. I just was like, no, I don't feel well. My back hurts. I didn't get a lot of sleep because of the full moon and all of that. And so I got dressed and I headed to school. And then they had me check in and they're like, you're a participant. And I said, you know what? No, thanks. Just not today. Not really my thing. And so I decided just to remain open. I went and I listened to somebody speak. And as they were talking, I just felt my chemistry kind of being like, well, you know what? If this gets me out of my last exam, why not? Why not? I don't care. I don't want to do the exam. Let's just go for it. And so I went back and I signed up after that round was done. And they told me where to go. And so I went into a room and I just was myself. I was true, authentic. I didn't read from my script or what I had wrote. I just went in and I wanted to have a little bit of a performance aspect. I'm not necessarily a performer. I've never done any acting, but I wanted to embody my topic, which was stage fright. And it's been a real burden for me most of my life. And so I went in there and I just shared my energy, and my goal was to convey a message and to share myself. And so the first round in front of all of these judges, we all did our speeches and then everybody regrouped. Come to find out, they chose me. They chose me. And so that was quite a shock and kind of like baffling. Like, wow. I was sitting there going, please don't choose me. I don't want to do this again. Please don't choose me. So I went into another room in front of other judges and other students, and I did the same speech. It was a little bit different. I did, I don't want to be just repeating myself like a robot. And I did my speech and I just was authentic. I just wanted to pour myself into other people. Well, after the second round, they said everybody's going to meet up and we're going to be finding out who's going to be going to the finals in this room. And so just meet us in this room. And I said, okay, great. Then I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Do I have time? And they said, yes. So I went to go to get a cup of coffee. And by the time that I came back, the whole room was full and someone was already speaking. And so I sat down and I'm like, whew, good. The pressure's off. Thank God. And then all of a sudden I get like a little psst, psst from my teacher, one of my teachers, and they're like, you're next. You're in the round. And I'm like, I'm next? Oh my God. Okay. So what was beautiful about it is that with each time that I went up, I gave a little more. I pulled a little bit more from what I had written, even though I didn't use any notes. I just went along more facts that I wanted to use. And I went up there in front of a very large crowd. And I started by having my back turned towards the crowd and acting as if, oh, give me just a second. So where was I? I was pulling more things from my speech, and I just decided again that I was just going to be me and just convey a message and not care about what anybody thought or if I won or not. That's not why I was there. And so I stood up there and I embodied my topic. I acted as if I really did have stage fright at that moment. Children. Not to say I wasn't scared. I've dealt with stage fright my entire life, and it has messed up so many opportunities for me. And so I went up there and, I just let it show. I turned my back towards the crowd and I got really shaky, and I just kind of took a big gulp and I let them feel how it feels for me. And that was important. I wanted to convey emotion. And then I went into my speech, letting them know that what they just saw was an example of communication apprehension, also known as stage fright. Well, I do my speech, and everybody, we sit down and we go wait just for a little while. I already had my participation badge, so I was out of the exam. Whew, thank goodness. That's a big part of my grade. And I'm sitting there, and they're like, okay, it's time to go over our top 3. And so they call the girl who was number 3, and I'm like, oh, I thought I'd be 3rd. Well, I'll probably be 2nd. They call number 2, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and then they called my name for number 1. I won. I won first place. It is absolutely incredible. I don't think I've won a trophy ever before. And I just felt such a beautiful, wonderful fake from the universe. Like, you think that you're going to be going this way, but God has other plans for you. And I know this is a collective energy. I know that this is showing up for your life as well. And so I just want to share that story to remind us all that, like, God has good plans for us. And I think that there's been a lot of things that have happened on this planet that have affected us individually that we take fault for. But the higher powers know that we're not at fault for COVID. That's something that happened to us. So why then wouldn't we be taken care of? Watch for the fakes that happen in your life in this month of November. It's been happening a lot for me. Another example is I thought I had more money than I actually did in my account. And so me, in the lack mindset, I wasn't even going to buy myself like winter clothes or anything, but I did. I went out and I got some winter clothes. This was maybe a couple months ago. I used $100, and turns out I didn't have that money. But now I have the clothes that I absolutely needed. And I think that God knew I wasn't going to do that unless I was tricked. So I almost feel like the universe is tricking us into our highest good at this point. Do you feel that? Can you agree with that? Have you had any examples of this type of energy happening in your life? And so some of my major takeaways are: don't limit yourself. Show up. You're better than you think that you are. I'm still shocked all those people thought I was the best out of everybody. But that's my next point. You're worthy. You're worthy. And people might see you a little bit better than you see yourself. And the other and last one I want to say is expect the unexpected in the way of radical good. So, but it can happen to me. It can happen to you. It's popping up all over these portals here on Earth. And so I hope that this message encourages you, because you never know when you'll be getting your first place trophy. All right, everybody. I'm Ariana. Thank you for listening. I'm getting all cozy because it's cold outside, and I hope that you have a wonderful, cozy night, cozy morning, or cozy afternoon. Take good care of yourself. You're number 1, okay? See you next time. Bye.